Alright, also I believe controller is friendly. Yes, okay. So, yeah, this is a collection of Vladimere Lore's various games until, I think, late 2024 or early 2025. There's, well, I'll take a look at the list. We have demoed this a ways back, and it was actually pretty nice. The, the stuff we did, achievement-wise, in the demo, carried over to this and just unlocked achievements right away. But there's only like a third of the games, I think, that are unlocked in the demo version. But, yeah, I guess we'll just, sample a little bit. And, what are the achievements for these? I don't know how to check that. Select. We try it with the commentary on. I wonder if they're going to be pickups like, what was it? What the hell was it? The thing that we played that had the... Oh, Bonefire Effigy. Or what? But, okay, and it is capturing it within the, launcher. Oh, okay, yeah, so...
Hey there, I'm Vladimere Lhore, creator of Vladimere's Lore, and
Hell
I'm
yeah.
going to tell you some of Vladimere's lore. Presuming you play things in order, this should be your very first commentary. Thank you so much for taking
It
the
would have
time
been funny to
I've
not
always
play
been
things in order,
fascinated
but...
with commentaries and bonus features,
Nope.
getting to hear fun stories about the trials and tribulations of creation,
Oh, sword probably would have been a good idea.
decisions, and just all those little fun facts. While there are plenty of games that have like concept art or, like maybe a model viewer video, just little things, I don't really think I saw a commentary in a game until the Orange Box on the 360. And I legitimately don't think I would look back on the Orange Box as fondly today without that feature. At the time of recording, there are 55 games in the Wikipedia category, games with commentaries, and I think those are rookie numbers. So I'm doing my part to bump those numbers up.
Alright, new one.
It's early 2014, and I'm chatting with a friend about our dream game, something I imagine a lot of players do with their friends. Neither of us had even the slightest, like the actual kind of work that goes into making a game, so we overscope the hell out of it, give it every feature we could possibly want. Multiplayer, complex voxel based city building, tower defense at night, engaging combat, magic, deep leveling and
Sloppy.
equipment, dynamic NPCs with interesting quests. Truly unhinged.
Okay, we're on a timer. That's what the
Yet for
hourglasses
some
are for.
reason,
Got it.
no one was making this cool ass game, and we hyped
What the
ourselves up
hell?
enough to be like, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. Unity's free, Blender's free, we just have to learn them. I walk away from that conversation with the determination to make this game happen. And I spent the next few months learning how to use Unity, following tutorials, trying to teach me really complex, like RPG systems that were far beyond my understanding at the time. I wasn't making anything substantial, but it was enough to break the seal and make the idea feel tangible. Unfortunately, my friend didn't follow, so I'd go on without them. But every month or so, I hit the wall of my lack of skill, and I try to reassess, come at it from a different angle, try a new idea that's scoped down.
I might have to use
but
the
eventually
stick a little
so
more.
quickly,
You get a little more,
back up, and I'd have to reset this
yeah,
loop.
you get better angles with
After
the sword
nearly a
using
year
the
of doing the song and dance,
analog
I
stick.
sat
So
myself
maybe I should have
down
been
and was
doing
like,
it the entire time.
if you can't make something as simple as an Atari 2600 game, then maybe you shouldn't be making games. And that's basically how we got Kill Death.
Oh. Jesus Christ. Gonna run out of time. Alright. Leave the timers up there for now. So we're looking for fresh commentary elsewhere. Like, I already got an achievement for killing death at least once. I don't know what else is going to be available to me. I appreciate the ability to the door juke. That's good. Oh, fuck. No key for that. I feel like there might be one for clearing without picking up the sword, but I'd rather not risk that. Holy shit. I think that made it a little bigger. I don't know if there's a max size at all, but we may end up finding out. Oh. Sometimes you gotta stab a door. Fucker! Grab all the timers here and the keys. Okay, you can go over 1,000. Cool, cool, cool. And you're not mistaken, there is no background music, so you're not missing out on that. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, okay. Cleared all that out. Presumably. $30 of timer feels pretty fucking generous, honestly. Okay. I gotta find a key somewhere, though. I don't think you can soft lock yourself. Oh, those are buttons. Okay. Hit those. Got it. Oop. Glad I checked. I thought they were like spiky things. Alright, red zone's clear. Oh, jeez. Alright, keys. Oh, fuck. New commentary, though. Shit. Oh, okay. So it'll teleport you to your most recent, those are checkpoints. Alright, good to know. Clear these dudes out and then commentary up.
Even in this updated state, I don't think KILLDEATH is really anything to write home about, but it being the first game I ever completed and shipped, it's important to my history as a dev.
Can't go back any
That's my
further
ultimate
anyway.
advice to anyone interested in becoming a developer is don't start with your dream game. Just make something small and busted. You'll learn from those mistakes and get better till one day you realize you can make that game you dream of, or realize it's way overscoped.
I don't know if okay, the damage we've done does continue. Alright. Can't kill. It's just another repeat. Okay. I'll have to check the achievement list for what we're supposed to do for the other stuff. Okay. Oh, there's more commentaries too to find. Maybe in the harder difficulties. There was a bunch we didn't unlock, so. Night of Noodles and Kindles. I'm gonna give it one more pass. No, I'm not. Okay. We can maybe try it for it in the future. Because, yeah, I want to get a little bit of everything in. Okay, no strings attached. Okay. Oh, this was the one that was like, yeah, kind of like a JRPG. Alright, okay, X is confirmed. On the Xbox control. With the sun set below the horizon, trees of a small town cozy up for the night with heavy mist drifting into blankets. Only the headlights of a car, pink enough to rival the sky's hues, illuminate the forest floor. Oh, this one took a while, if I remember. At the wheel, a woman's mind wanders to the date she's driving to. I wanted to turn. Yeah, commentary is on. Good. Okay, hope. She thinks about the pasta she's promised and the fun she's left implied. It's unclear if the pit in her stomach is nerves or hunger. She presses her foot down to go a little faster, cursing him for living so far out of town. Though behind the curses, the idea of being able to scream to her heart's content when the fun comes brings her immense joy. She can't help but smile. Headlights flash as a flash a mailbox up ahead. She squints to see the address that she's been seeking.
No Strings Attached started as a sequel to KILLDEATH. Having just shipped my first game, I jumped right into the next. KILLDEATH had been made with a second-generation aesthetic, so I figured I'd attempt the third-generation aesthetic of the Nintendo Entertainment System. Figured I could make a more complex KILLDEATH in the style of Legend of Zelda. Fight monsters, explore a whole overworld, solve puzzles, the whole thing. After some time, I was feeling like I bit off more than I can chew. I was struggling to just program an inventory, let alone the enemies or the combat. So I shifted gears to make something that just focused on inventory puzzles, which became No Strings Attached.
Well, okay. Light is on B. Got it. Menu. I don't know if we have a fuel limit there. Okay.
I come from a place of privilege where I've never
do it from the bottom, apparently.
Game. You know, where 99 Skittles are fine, but one is poison, and how comfortable you feel taking a handful. But I was dating a lot at the time, and it was clear.
Oh, maybe we have a text telling me. Okay.
We're playing that game every time they went out with someone new. So No Strings Attached is kind of an exploration of that idea of going to someone's house and it turns out they're a murderer.
Oops. Equip an item, okay, item slot button, 10 items at a time. Here's the text, okay. Cooking up, I mean pasta, enjoy splitting with you, then I can split you, okay. Left of the fountain behind the trees, okay. Ah. Instinctually using start and select, my bad. A's key, got it. Oh. That's probably not ideal. That blood? I hope this isn't Chris's blood. Gold key. Turn that down a little for me. Oh. He said coverage. Could probably squeeze myself inside. A vase full. Well, they used to be flowers. They're dead now. That's a little weird.
While remaking No Strings Attached, I kept asking the question of how faithful do I keep it? And the answer ended up being
These plates are probably a puzzle.
I tried to use the original art as much as possible for the main game.
Okay, so this is a remake, got it.
That misinterpreted Legend of Zelda perspective. Though I did update a good handful of the assets, like the characters and even some props. I also added some props. And while I was faithful to the art, I was very unfaithful to the layout of the house. This was mostly for like game design reasons, but also in part the original house was very oblong, and I wouldn't quite say non-Euclidean, but like it didn't make sense, where the new house is much more symmetrical and actually feels like a real space. I did keep the one puzzle from the original, the doll display, though now instead of block pushing, you place them with the inventory system, which I like more. I did remove the killer spawn that used to be there, because that was something that served as many players out. They'd place the cyan doll in the middle of the display, which spawned the ghost, and then they'd die. And they'd just be like, okay, I'm done. But I also added the library puzzle, the painting puzzle, and if getting a key code from a note counts, I guess the key code puzzle. I
like the light carries into the windows there, it's cute.
Not too hard or too easy, but somewhere in between. I certainly have room to improve my puzzle game, but, you know, that's for the future.
Alright, sapphire key, gold key. I should probably know where these keys are. Gold, left of front door. Saf, kitchen. Or no, dining room. Can't spell dining. Dinging room. I feel like maybe following the trail of blood is not the best idea. Bob's filled the kitchen air. Someone is behind the island. Wherever the trail of blood leads to. Not the man she came to see, but a woman. She hesitates. Whoever they are, they need her help. But the fear of this being real stays her feet. Are you okay? She asks, forcing herself forward as the sobs choke. She stops too. The air is heavy and something feels wrong. He lives alone. There shouldn't be anyone else here. So who is she? As if to answer her thought, the crying woman pushes herself up. Her eyes dart over to the new addition to the kitchen, lighting up when they look up. The girl's heart sinks. The light has not only caught her eyes in a way that is clearly not human, but it has caught the knife she is holding against her chest. She goes to back away slowly when the demon sprints. We saw... Shit. That's right, you can get God if you don't... I forgot about the minigame. Okay. At least it checkpointed me at the door. Oh, okay, and we don't have to redo the encounter. That's good, too. Head foggy, can't think. Angry, full of hate. All his fault. Let me die, let me die, let me die, let me die, let me die. Somebody had a bad time. Damn, this fridge is stocked. Maybe a little snack will give me the energy I need to escape that crazy demon. Huh. I was able to wash out this kitchen so easily. Prefer not to let mine be added to the pool. Oh, there's some pasta on here. It's kind of burned, though. The worst night of my life. Ruby key is, kitchen. Also kitchen. For gold. Maybe I should have made more space for key type entries. Alright, blood goes that way, so let's not go where the blood is. Seems like a painting was hung here once, so we got a painting puzzle. Oh, commentary.
So my intention for the Lady of the Estate was that she's a spirit puppeteering around the corpse of a previous victim that had decayed so badly that she could no longer think straight and was murderous, wanting a new host body, which is where the player comes in. However, in the original game, I couldn't figure out how to code pathfinding, so she got stuck on furniture a lot, which wasn't very tense. I ended up allowing her just to phase through everything, and since the maps were whole wings, she could just fly around the entire map until she bumped into you. And so in the original one, she's very much more a ghost, where I tried my best in this one to make it feel like she's, you know, a physical kind of zombie, I suppose you could say. Well, the ghost worked well at the time. Since then, I'd spent a lot of time thinking about how to do clock tower style stalkers. The system is actually built to work over different scenes. Like you walk into a new room in a Resident Evil and then there's a countdown based on how far away they were from the exit. Bada boom, bada bing. Spawn in the new room based on the door the player spawned from. Thankfully, it was pretty easy to adapt that theory to the no strings attached Redux, even though it only has one scene for the entire game. Though the getting stuck on furniture is still kind of an issue. She has pathfinding, but to keep her from getting stuck on walls, I had to make her a trigger instead of a solid collider. It means she'll clip a little into furniture, but for the most part respects the bounds of the furniture enough that players can use it to juke her.
Okay, downstairs north for silver key. Great, a door with no handle. Dusk is engraved into the door. Okay. That might be the painting thing. Anything else down here? No. Well, stairs, but I want to check out as much of this floor as possible. I do like the color-coded wings. Pretty fancy coffee table. Has an atlas sitting on it. Lots of locations with little red X's on them. Flashlight. Oh, I like that it's directional too. I forgot about that. The fire girl can dream. Everything feels wrong. I'm a stranger in this corpse I call my body. Nothing smells like it used to. Nothing tastes like it used to. Every sense of pleasure is dulled and every sense of pain screams. I just wish want things to like the way they were. Okay. Silver again. TV? What giant house do you think you could afford a giant TV? Alright. These are just windows, I think. These stairs or bookcases? Shelf of dusty little dolls? Where how long it has been since someone loved with them. I think that was the doll placement puzzle they were talking about. Picture frames with blood prints on them have been turned down, mostly of him and his wife. Turn a lamp on? No. Just some knickknacks, art statues and life. Ah, the media shelf. Tons of knowledge, tons of movies I have varying knowledge of. I guess we have to go upstairs. We need to write a note just in case. Oh, okay, that's our save point. Good.
I'd say the biggest problem with the original was the inventory system. To be specific, it was more dropping things that was the problem. Because my programming was so bad that for some reason you
like
could
the sheet
only
of
drop
plastic?
the last item in your inventory, which that alone caused a lot of confusion when people played. There was text telling a player when they tried to drop anything that only the last item could be dropped, but then they had to deal with the drop direction. The idea was that you could hold up or down and then press drop, but nobody really got that, so they just drop an item on top of themselves and then they'd pick it back up. And essentially everyone who didn't have my direct guidance picked up 10 items and then gave up. This would have been something I'd really like to fix for this collection, but the inventory system was tied to everything else in the game, and trying to fix it meant touching almost every other script, again pushing me to think that my time would be better spent working on a remake.
Jill took my hand and pulled me from the tracks just as the train rushed by, pulling me in tight as wind beckoned us to follow. Nope. I squeezed myself against her in fear that I would answer that call otherwise. As I pulled back, her fierce eyes softened as they studied my face. Guess this makes us even, she said through a smile. It was almost instinct to lean up and kiss her. A cold voice echoed through the station. Aren't you tired of running? Our eyes shot down the track where the train had come only to be met with that familiar shape. A black cloak billowing, eyes so far sunken to almost appear black, death and his wicked grin. His arms opened up. Come, my child, it's time to go home. I refused to leave, but Jill refused to follow. Or I moved to leave, but Jill refused to follow. Remained frigid in our embrace. Come on, Jill, I yelled in panic as death closed the distance. Claire, she started, lost even thought. I am tired. I stared in disbelief as she continued. I've been tired the moment you brought me back. Jill filled her lungs and exhaled. Don't get me wrong. These past few days have been amazing. I'm so happy I got to see you again. Cutting her off. No! Please, I gave up so much to bring you back. My heart was suddenly full of hurt and it spilled out. I need you. If you're gonna give up, he'll have to take us both. I can't lose you again. I can't take that again. I was shouting. I didn't mean to. I had simply lost control of myself. Claire. She leaned down and kissed my head before resting her face there. It's not your time yet. You've only been in danger because of me. That's not true. I could feel her furrow her brow in confusion. Every day I was without you was the day I wanted to die. The ritual to bring you back. If it didn't work, I croaked. I was gonna kill myself. She hugged me closer as death, only inches away, finished my tale. But it did work. All she had to do was give up half her own time for you. Which was only minutes. But his cloak began to envelop us, and with my last few moments, I pushed my lips against hers one last time before everything went dark. I think that's a piece of fiction, but hope we don't get too dirty here. I don't really want to use this bath. Normal sink. Flush. Alright, doesn't seem to be anything else in the shitter. So we'll save having read that. Need that gold key. That also means I need to go through there. Is it a trap door? Civil desk, nothing to it. Okay. Empty dresser, probably for a guest room. Hoc interpretari non arbitror. Alright, I'm punching these in to a translator, I'm sorry. It's gonna mute each time, but I gotta know. It's probably just Latin, but I don't know Latin, so. Translate from Latin. Okay. I don't think this is interpreted. Cum tribus crystallis. With 3 red, green, blue crystals. Huh. So I'm guessing this might be the ritual that banishes her. Bac cadaver, hospes anime tue? Or maybe that's how they animated her in the first place. Make the corpse the guest of a soul. Yeah, okay. Aurum et argentum ad legandum te. Alright, so that's gold and silver, but I don't know what the third bit is there. Gold and silver to bind you. Said cadaver putrescit. But the corpse rots, okay. Kind of implied by the description earlier, alright. Sola vita, nova, animam, veterum, sustentare, potest. Only a new life can sustain the old soul. So yeah, that's the... this thing looking for a new body, okay. Oh, not empty. Not useful, but hey. Maybe I guess with like a fresh pillowcase. One of them bed contraptions. I'm always a slut for a nap, but now isn't the time. Another toilet. Flush. Ooh, one of the fancy waterfall sinks. Those shelves are empty, but this one has paper in it. Okay. Alright, there was a gold... Alright. So I don't think the knife is for self-defense or at any capacity. Okay. There, yeah, there's a gold key door near, downstairs, yeah. And there was a third one we found, right? There's one in the kitchen, too. Okay. Oh, shit.
I tried to port over the original build, but quickly realized that the time it would take to port would be about equal to the time that it would probably take just to rebuild it from the ground up. Originally, I wasn't going to, but when the idea of the
It worked, okay, good.
came around, it suddenly became a lot more important to have all the games included to some extent.
That's the plate colors, I think.
To see how long it would take to build from the ground up, and it turned out to be a super quick turnaround. Or at least, I'd say I spent the same amount of time on the No Strings Attached Redux as I did the original. It was about 3 months.
We're already further than we did when I did the demo, so that's good.
Itself, though you can still find it on itch.io, but I would have liked to shown the growth I went through a little more with just how busted the original game was.
Husband's journal. There's something magical about the way my wife tickled these keys. Every gathering we ever had, she would captivate every guest. I wish I had recorded her at some point. Now all I have is memories. Okay, the layout's the same for the dolls as it was for the plate, so... check the piano first and some of the other stuff. Beautiful grand piano. Couldn't hurt to give it a little go. Gingerly pushing a key, its melody echoes through the room. Doll is the biggest person. I hate it. Maybe we should write down the hair colors too. Brown hair, red hair, black hair, blonde. This toilet's pretty clean. Waterfall sink much less impressive the second time you see one. There's no curtain. Hate that. Is all the water just supposed to spill onto the floor? Hold a cloth. Okay.
It seems every 3 years I try to remake No Strings Attached in 3D, but for one reason or another, I fall off. So the original released in December 2015.
Naked dress
and then
form.
I attempted a 3D remake in 2018.
Another naked dress form.
And then I tried another one in 2021. Fun fact, you can actually find the models for the Bachelor and the main character from my second attempt in What a Wonderful Life as the Ghost Guides. I keep calling it a remake, but the story would end up being quite different, where the original No Strings Attached was more focused on a man killing a woman so his wife could possess them in a very real sense. The remake would be a lot more metaphorical about things. What actually stopped me from my second attempt was a failure to figure out some shader things I felt was important to the visual style I wanted to give. I am glad I didn't push through though, because I learned a lot since then that will help make the remake, when I do attempt it again, statistically in 2027, so much better.
I do appreciate the honesty. Alright, oh, back to chat. There we go. Anyway, at her feet resides a pile of bloodied cloth and a key. Something foul permeates the air. Trying not to breathe it in, she bends down to collect the key. Just as her fingers clasp the cool metal, her wrist is seized by a hot, wet vice. Panic shoots through her bones, screaming to pull away, but time has stopped. While stuck in this moment, she's incapable of action. When the eternity passes, she yanks her arm. The blood it slathered on her wrist, aiding in her escape. The demon let out a cry of frustration. Fuck. I got caught on the environment there. Okay, we do have a cupboard down here that we can try and hide in. Oh, it's a really nice sewing machine. Bigger than the one I have. Let's check all this other stuff before we check that. Oh. Person fully sewing supplies? Nothing that useful right now. Oh, we still have the key, it looks like, too. Okay. Probably address on a form. Can't examine the photo. Bloodied rags. I'm not comfortable being near these. Okay. Okay, this let us back in here, so I don't have to reopen that. And then there was that other hallway. There's probably an achievement for doing this without getting got. See, I might have to achievement hunt on my own time, but I would like to at least get a finish in on each of these. Maybe in this session, because a lot of these are fairly short. Paintings, okay. Oh, and dolls, okay. I guess there's smaller versions of the dolls, okay. Well, I spent a lot of time in the sewing room before she passed. It only collected dust after. A void in my heart. Gradual decay eating away at me. Unable to bear it any longer, I tried my own hand at sewing. I'm absolutely terrible at it. But when I hear the machine go, my heart warms, like she's here with me again. Every corner an echo she left, in my heart, before life's theft. Oh, it's a poem, okay. Those who were sacrificed, longing to be, surrogates of love, now lost in a dream. 4 souls trapped in eternity's embrace, listening quietly in their proper place. This is a hint for the doll puzzle. Every corner, okay. That's the dusk painting, I think. Okay, inventory has space for one more thing. Red, orange was the rightmost one. Okay. Can we look at this painting? No. I'm guessing getting all the dolls open this door. Okay. Oh. I feel like smashing it's a bad idea, but... I'm gonna run up to the notepad and save real quick, and then we'll... I know there's the kitchen with the other gold door. Oh, we also have the dusk painting, right? Yeah. Alright, this is a different painting. Oh. Another doll. Blue book there too, interesting. Or purple book, maybe? It was very dry detailing a famous false imprisonment case. Oh, it might be another order thing too. Okay. So blue is like the upper right. Blue-purple. In most cases. Alright. And then this was magenta, so we want put that's going to be in the lower right corner. Oh, there's the orange one. Wait. Also, can we read those, okay? What's your number 10? I'm happy to see my husband smile at me. I'm happy we have this time together. I don't want to seem ungrateful for it, but he tries to act like nothing has changed. But he's changed. Every time I look into his heart, I see a darkness that wasn't there before. It scares me. There's a guilt welling up in my own chest. I know it's because of me that darkness has taken hold. I wish he would talk to me. I wish I could help. Okay. Charlotte Farrow Green was a 28-year-old living in a suburb of Possum City. She'd been dating Jack Shipman for about a year, but they didn't yet live together. Leading up to the incident, friends say Jack had expressed their dissatisfaction with his relationship with Charlotte. They said it was clear he was going to break up with her and leave. However, no one suspected he'd leave his entire life behind, too. In early September, he stopped showing up for work. He wasn't found at his apartment, either. When asked, Charlotte told everyone he'd broken up with her and left, that she hadn't seen him since September 7th. Search for Jack started September 20th. About a week into the search, his car and several of his possessions were recovered at an abandoned factory. Investigators would then begin their interviews of those close to Jack. Quickly, Charlotte became a primary suspect, and a warrant was obtained to search her property. On October 6th, Jack was discovered, emaciated, concussed, soiled, in a box locked in their basement. Allegedly, on September 7th, he attempted to break up with her and leave. As he was packing, she beat him into a state of unconsciousness. With a bat, she kept 4 intruders. Jack recalls waking up in the cramped dark of the chest, which sent him into a near-constant series of panic attacks. He apparently suffered from claustrophobia. She would come down to check on him every short eternity. However, in his panic state, he found it difficult to accept her offerings of food and water. Jack had no concept of time while trapped there, only her visits punctuated his suffering. Only Charlotte could specify how often that was. During her trial, she claimed she visited him every day. The defendant tried to use the defense that Jack had consented to being kept like a pet. So prosecutors pointed out all the harm that had befallen Jack and the emotional trauma he'd obtained. Charlotte was eventually found guilty of illegal imprisonment and assault and was sentenced to only 5 years in prison. Charlotte will get to walk her free on March 21st next year, but Jack will have to live with this trauma forever. Alright, and then Against the Night. Content warning, sexual assault. Not critical to read for puzzle. Okay. Well, if you want to skip this bit. Alright. His face pressed against the cold glass, any passerby on the street below could see his shame. The creature pinning him gingerly grazed its teeth along his neck. It could probably swallow him whole if it wanted. But the menacing chuckle had mocked. It's a rare treat this sweet wanders in willingly. I didn't know, was all he could manage to reply. Of course not, little lamb. He knew there was no way he could push it off. The beast had to weigh at least twice as much as him. In spite of this knowledge, he tried to wriggle free. It was instinct. His claws raked their way down his chest, causing him to push back into his assailant. In another life, pushing back into soft, warm fur would have been a comfort, but coupled with the rock against his ass, it was a terror. His hands moved down to push it away, but the hand raking down his body quickly shot to his hip, gripping tight enough to draw blood. He screamed in a voice he wouldn't recognize as his own as the creature pulled him down. Okay. So it doesn't even go that deep on it. That's good. Or at least less bad. Okay. Inventory. So yeah, orange should be the lower right. So there's two more. No, inventory. I'm going to put the crimson one there for now. What's the other one we have? Green is the lower, usually the lower left. Okay. Door isn't working, it's still locked. Okay, that's the one for the books then. I feel like we might have to smash the doll for something, but I don't want to mess with it yet. Okay, back down to the kitchen. Oh, yeah, it's the other side. Oh. Guy sure has a lot of meat. Guess living so far away, it's best to be stocked up. I don't know about that. That the sapphire? Okay. And I don't trust that doll, but I feel safer not fucking with it for now. Another painting.
When I was making the original No Strings Attached, I was doing it all on my laptop at the time.
More dolls.
Worked on it on my breaks, until one day I entered the break room and noticed my bag is open. I searched through to find that my laptop has been stolen, and with it, the game I was 2 months deep into. I tried to get my place of work to take some responsibility for allowing a customer to rifle through our belongings, but they refused, saying it was my fault for not locking my stuff up better. The crazy thing, though, about 2 weeks later, my laptop is returned to my bag. I think it was a mix of them being unable to use it or pawn it, and I don't want to discount me eyeing this fella who looked like the guy in the surveillance footage real hard, making him feel unsafe to continue shopping there perhaps. I'm not sure. But I got my game back, and I was able to finish the original No Strings Attached.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you expect a paint room? Paint. Okay, I hope. So you're going to be the subject of his next painting. Kind of like the dolls have been finding about, but not quite. Okay. They're all creepy little things. Oh, it's the same bit of text. Okay. Ball of fire resting upon the world's edge amidst the citrus sky. I stare at the stranger and I wonder what I might call them. Will it abandon me? Leave me to freeze? Will it remain, bathing me in warmth? Only the context of time could answer if this portrait is a sunrise or a sunset. Ah. That's probably tied to the dusk clue, right? Midday, okay. Brushes, okay. Palette covered in little paints. I don't like this, but kind of beautiful. Did he paint this? It's impressive. Uh-oh. Oh. That's our way back into the library. Cool. Okay. Empty easel. Okay. I guess maybe you can swap the order of the paintings to get a different door open or something. Like if it goes midday, horizon sun, nighttime, that's dusk. If you do it the other way around, it would be sunrise. Right? Okay. Save with that open. I can't remember if there were any more sapphire doors over here first. I'm going to check those. Got an ad coming up anyway, so. Okay, that's just the doll room. I don't know how she got all the way out there. What did this connect to then? Oh, the living room. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, are we in behind the thing now? No. Okay, that's the door behind the thing. Got it. Let me check around upstairs first for any sapphire doors. Well, I'll probably end up pausing, but... Basically trying to unlock doors as we go, because that way I can, Alright. We will equip the key. Also, I gotta run that doll back down. That's fine. BRB. Okay, so... There we go. Oh, there's another doll. Some clothes, nothing special here. Alright, so I gotta remember where the doll room even was. It's like... downstairs, right? I probably should have been doing like a rough map. Let's save with the doll. How much inventory do we have left? One more slot, so yeah, I want to drop those off. Here we go. So we have purple, which should be number 2. And blue should be number 3. Quick check upstairs for anything else we can do, and then we'll hit up oh, just the shitter. Okay. So we'll go back down to the room we opened up with the paintings, which is also where the blood trail goes, so again, does not seem like the best of ideas, but there's the blue doll again. We want... Oh, blue book. Grave of Butterflies. A soul is said to be our essence, the immaterial part of us that carries on when the mortal coil ceases. Most want to believe that the human spirit exists, that death is not a cold end, but a pit stop on a grander journey. Some religions believe that there will be salvation or damnation of one's soul, depending on their adherence. I just saw the doll moved. Adherence to a moral code and granted by their deity. A quiet admittance that they do not feel a man is inherently good, but will only act in their own self-interests. And the threat of punishment is essential. We are but children in their eyes. There are other religions that have observed the cycles of nature and believe just as the sun dies and is reborn with each day, we too shall be reborn when this life is over. Though in a clever stroke of genius, some beliefs have managed to combine these two schools of thought. The creature you are reborn as will be reflective of how well you adhered to the code. This demotion rides a fine line between seeing animals as lesser than us, yet still capable of having souls. How does an animal lead a good life? But ultimately, the subset of people who believe that ghosts haunt our world are the closest to correct. When a person dies, their soul does not move on, it simply lingers, trapped in a lonely void, where it can continue to watch the world turn without it. They cannot see other souls, only the living, who cannot feel them there. We were all cursed to have been born so early. We will continue to haunt this existence alone until the final star dies, and perhaps even after that. Damn. Oh. A drink sink for the washer? About as dirty as you'd expect. Fancy looking washer. Fancy looking dryer to match. Okay. Are these doors? Uh-oh. Ruby, we don't have the door for that. Read that later. Oh. Glad we saved before we came down here. Okay. That was just a glitch. We're kind of trapped there for a second. She should be out of the basement, though. Also, okay. We're good. Bit of menu overlapping. Okay, here's the last doll, so let's grab that. Now my examining command's not working. There we go. Okay, we got it. Everything's working now. Got the doll. Nothing of interest here. Bunch of junk. And we got the book too, right? I think so. Yeah, alright. So we need a door code of some sort. That's probably what opens that. Okay. Again, I'm not messing with that doll if I don't have to, and if we're lucky, a bit of the commentary will tell us if that's essential or not. Okay. So doll room is down here. We'll do that first. Yeah, then we'll head up to the library to drop the book off. Oh, ruby key. And whoa, that's not ideal. Gross, what the fuck? Can't examine these, just close. Alright. While we're here, I want to take a quick look around for any ruby doors. I don't think there's any other connecting doors, though. I know there's a ruby door in the kitchen. I feel like we should save with that taken care of. Also, I could probably drop the book off in the library. That's not the library. Was it downstairs? I think so. Alright, let's try the ruby door first, because that kind of works back inwards. Oh, I shouldn't go jumping down mysterious holes of fun, unless we're not doing that. Okay. Shelf full of non-perishables. Not feeling hungry right now. We can't go past it, but alright. Probably want to save before we try jumping anywhere. Oh, okay, that was the meat. Should have chapsticked up during the break. Oh well. Oh, here's the library. Okay, so... Okay, so the purple book... Different one. I'll put this one over here for now. Oh wait, books about the law. Okay. Technical books? Okay, so maybe the color order isn't the same. Resurrects dead wife. Old tome. Bet it's fucking Latin. Romance novels, that's probably this one? Horror, well, this is also horror novels. Okay. Self-help. Oh, we can't take that one. Okay, Prey to Monsters is probably this one. Horror. And what was this one again? We read them all. What happens after death? Okay. Oh, we figured out how to drop stuff. So, religious text. That's probably the Latin one. Soul, oh, self-help might be Soul After Death? As opposed to technical? Okay. And if not, we'll mess with some of them later. I mostly just want it out of my pockets. Because you don't have to perfect tap, it's a matter of keep it tapping before the bar goes red. Alright, alright. Okay, I think we're done down here. Let me get that ruby key back. So there was just the hole. We need at least one more book. Hole is in the kitchen. Okay. Note to self. don't know if there's much more we can do up here. Maybe there is, actually. Well, we're saved, so I can go use the hole, I guess. Alright, hold me. Opening that portal, the smell of death overwhelms her nose, the oppressive air crushes her spirit, and the cold cement floor breaks her ankle. She cries out in pain to no one as her body sprawls on the floor, her feet no longer able to hold her weight. Laying there, trying to ignore that pain, she looks about, trying to focus through the darkness. Above her, where the hole should be, two tiny white beads stare down at her. Before she reacts, they descend in an instant, and she fades to nothing almost as fast. Ending F. Okay. We got credits for an ending. Alright, only 4 more notes. Rank B. Alright, let's continue. Did anybody read this? These are the final words. She shoves that all down. All she can do is return to this nightmare. Okay. Alright, so we gotta figure out which keys we missed. I think rank might be dependent on, okay, we determined there was nothing else to do there. I think it might be dependent on how many, times you die and whatnot. If we only have 4 more notes, there can't be that much more to find. At the very least, I want to find that last book, you know? They mentioned the fire at some point. And starting fires, okay. Maybe not there, though, or we gotta find wood first. That was the bathroom with the peephole. That was doll room. We got what we needed out of there, so. Oh, the only other thing I can think of is smashing the doll, so. Oh, we didn't really check over here too, did we? No, this is the big box room, yeah. so compelled to search these boxes. What are the odds I'll find something useful in here? Just a bunch of junk. Well, I'm not really looking for a new look right now. I really want to rummage through a bunch of boxes hoping to find something of use. Oh, so much for that. We didn't really find anything new that session, right? Let's find this doll. If we find her, then that's gotta be something, right? I feel like she's probably got a key hidden inside her or something. Oh wait, there we go. You're new. What the fuck is this? I'll take the emerald key. It's like a gym. Punching bag, I'm not much of a fighter. Bench press, I haven't used one of these in a long time. Treadmill? Oh, that's probably a... I think I've done enough running tonight. Exercise ball, want to get one of these. Okay, I can't cut it open. Fair enough. Alright, well, we know there's at least one emerald door up the top of the stairs. Oh, there he... Okay. Again, we're going to avoid smashing the doll for as long as we can. I don't think there were any emerald doors downstairs. There. Open first, then we can... The yellow zone. Nice but otherwise normal bed. That is soaked and stained with blood, okay? A little less normal. Oh, congratulations on your new safe room TM. Where you fully utilize your safe room TM, you'll need a 4-digit code. Make it something you'll remember like an important date. Once the code is set, you won't be able to change it without a safe room TM technician. Okay. Full month of November. Okay. 11 something. It's become a pit of despair. Our wedding anniversary used to travel every year for the whole month to celebrate. She'd pick where. I didn't care so long as I was with her. Without her, I haven't had the stomach to pick a place to go. Afraid we'll have made a memory there. Maybe we should try traveling again. Getting out of this house might help take my mind off things. This house is full of echoes that break me down. My only solace is being the addition I made after her passing. When the 19th comes, and I can't bear the house any longer, I stow away there. There's everything I need. I could live down there forever if needed. Guess who's in there and probably dead. Or we can yell at him. Either way. Actually closing this one. Socks and undies, men's and women's. A few screws. Okay, we need a screwdriver then. Like 911 backwards. Okay, why to back out of that? Probably gonna have to run again. Too far over, my bad. The trail of blood has led her here. To a bed with a man clutching his wound, his eyes closed, attempting to shut out the pain. As her light shines on him, he flinches and looks to her. Oh, it's you. I'm glad you're safe, he starts, settling back into place. Sorry I didn't warn you. I've lost too much blood. I can't even stand up. He weakly motions to the kitchenette. There's a landline over there. We can call for help. Oh, we can kill him for bringing us here too, okay. Pretty well stocked fridge. And turn on this oven. Wash these filthy hands, pots and pans. One more for the road, flush. Last shower I'll never use. Emergency supplies, flare gun. Do we take the flare gun? No. Just can't wait another minute in this tomb. Climbing the stairs, she's birthed to the cool fresh air of the night woods. Just beyond the trees, she can see the road. If she could just get to her car, maybe she could get help. That's the last thought she had before she blacks out. Ending C. Okay. I'm feeling kind of determined since we're so close to finishing things out. I'd rather get through it than I don't know why it zipped through so fast the first time. Alright, 3 more notes. Alright, we'll do the phone one next, I guess. We'll do the phone one, we'll do the kill one, then I'll smash the doll. What? The fuck? Did it change the date? Oh, it does change the date. 09/06. Okay, that's kind of cool, actually. So you can't just... You have to find the journal no matter what. I like that. Alright, we'll try the landline. She picks up the phone and brings it to her ear, but the line is dead. Before she can turn, tell him she is too. Or at least she wishes he was. Okay. It's kind of a quick one. I should see it. Let me look at the endings list when we quit back to menu. Four more to get. I don't think we're going to get all of them, but... Alright, now we'll try the one where we kill him. Oh, check the journal. October, so 10/06. Got it. Wait, we didn't check this room either. Oh, no, yes, we did. That was the gym. Okay. I forgot that was one of the locked doors. And then all we really have left to do is break the, yeah, breaking the doll is the only thing we haven't attempted. We still gotta figure out where that other book is. We'd also try swapping the paintings if it'll let me. Her body doesn't seem like her own suddenly. Something deep within wrenches control, brandishing the knife in hand. Or, oh damn, that's unsubtle. Before he can react, she plunges it into his neck. She has no choice in this matter. He grabs her wrist in a vain attempt to stop her, but they both know it's already over. Their eyes lock, both full of disbelief that this is their reality. His grip is weak. He has no strength left to keep her. She pushes the knife just a little further, cutting against his spinal column. Almost as quickly as it went in, the knife comes out, and the rest of his blood slithers out with it. The woman backs away in horror of her own actions while his blood pools on the floor. There's no more suffering. This room will serve as his tomb. I feel like the phone's not going to work. Nope. This is different. Leaving the bunker, fresh air fills her lungs. She can see the road beyond the trees. Oh wait, here. As she moves towards the road, she hears the twig snap behind her. She looks over to see the creature that had haunted her all night, making a beeline for her. She attempts to run, but the forest floor snags her foot, causing her to trip. There isn't even time to get back up before the knife finds its way into her back, over and over again. That is a different one, though. Let me try killing and making the call. You're all just loving all this footstep sound at this point. Wait, other way. And I wanted to try swapping the paintings the other way. Yeah, we just mentioned that, so. Again, I don't think there were any other emerald doors besides that one. Oh, yeah, journal. July 26th. I like that you can check the last page real quickly. 0726. Try the phone. Okay, line's dead. I guess we'll go try and break the doll then. Like, do we have to break the doll and him? No keyhole. Oh, we can't get back out. Okay. So I could just do the ending B again. Alright, so let's find the doll, break the doll, and then see what our options are there. I don't want to save, necessarily. I like having that save with some wiggle room. said something about it being in the corners, so just keep an eye out. Also look for any other emerald doors. Got a couch and library just calls to me. That one's not interactive. Okay. I got the extra commentary too. There's gotta be like another room or two. Yeah, we definitely don't want the hole. Wait, the hook on that one's different. Couldn't do anything with it though. Unless I can cut that one? There was also a screwdriver mentioned, wasn't there? Unless I can use the knife as a screwdriver. Spices, fridge is stocked. Can we just leave? Dawn. Okay, that's probably one of the endings. Swapping the paintings and then just leaving. Oh, I can't. There we go. Alright, so we'll try that one.
I come from a place of privilege where I've never had to play the poison Skittle game. You know, where 99 Skittles are fine, but one is poison, and how comfortable you feel taking a handful. But I was dating a lot at the time, and it was clear the folk I was going out with were playing that game every time they went out with someone new. So No Strings Attached is kind of an exploration of like that idea of
fire
someone's house, and it turns out they're a murderer.
Or knife. What the fuck is this? Cut this with the right tool. We got a knife. Okay. That's the last book. Okay. Okay, we might be onto something here. I'm going to save with this, because I feel like there might be... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, save with the book. So I feel like there might be... an exit if we just go out the front door. That's probably an ending. Check this one?
No Strings Attached started as a sequel to Kill Death. Having just shipped my first game, I jumped right into the next.
She's happy to be in our car and driving away. Her eyes flash. Her mirrors out of fear that things still might be chasing her. Eventually, she calms enough. Oh, it's in the car. Calms enough to focus on the road. When suddenly she feels someone cover her mouth with a damn claw. Screams muffle out as she writhes herself to break free, careening the car right into a tree. Waking up, her body hurt all over. She attempts to get up, only to realize she's been chained up in a small cement cell, where she will spend the rest of her life as a toy. Okay. Sorry to cut that off. We'd already listened to it. Alright. Rank C for that one. Probably because we put in another save. Quit the menu. So there's 2 more endings. I'm going to go to the library. Oh, we didn't read the book either. Book on grief, that's going to go in the lower right. I'll read that before we deposit it. That's the journal, okay. Our time in this life is finite, and it is rare that our time runs out along with those we love. Suddenly, it feels like there's a human-shaped hole in our heart, their absence felt in everything we do. Grief is not something you ever really heal from. Or yeah, okay, I was right. You simply learn to manage it. There are many ways to do this, and what works best will be different for everyone. So don't beat yourself up if you find the method discussed here to be unhelpful. That said, I've always found it helpful to focus on the little ways our loved ones have changed us. For example, my dad used to take me to this little hole-in-the-wall restaurant and order the whole plate. It came with rice, noodles, a little of every meat, tons of sautéed veggies, soup, salad. More food than he could eat in one single sitting. Every time, he would section off his noodles and the seafood to save for later. I didn't even know why he chose these particular parts of the meal to save, but now, every time I order it, I do too. We are simply made up of little pieces others have left behind. In this way, so long as we remember them, they live on through us. Okay. That did not unlock it. How to build this, how to maintain that, just... okay. So thick text about what happens after death. Where's the one that was in Latin? Because this was a how-to on how to do the resurrection. We'll try it this way. That did something. I don't know what, but... I'll save with the books taken care of. Again, it's going to lower my rank, but that doesn't seem as important. Because I kind of want to see what happens if you smash the doll and kill the guy. So she's still hanging around somewhere. It's a matter of getting her somewhere where I can smash her. Is that open? There wasn't anywhere else locked in the basement, so... Yeah, it's just looping back. If we see the doll again, I might stand still for a minute to see if she'll teleport closer to me. And does it still say jump here? Don't jump, okay. Oh, we can go back here. Couple non-perishables, okay. Still hoping for a screwdriver somewhere. Wait. What does that let me go there, but then there's nothing here? Interesting. Maybe just the way the isometricness worked out? Here, curl with a couch and lose weeks to books. Okay. That was in. Oh, hello. Okay, so we're saved with the books in place. Would find one last chance to annoy me. Wait, what was this? I don't think this was open before. The fuck? Jesus Christ, how creepy. It almost looks like a real person. Almost. These taxidermy supplies? I guess that explains those husks over there. Okay. Gross. No mistaking this one. I think this is real skin. What the fuck? Screwdriver? Where was there a door with screws? I was able to bring her back. I was so happy. I managed to bind her soul to one of her old dolls. Hearing her voice again, I wept the happiest tears. Quickly, I realized how her new porcelain home was not sufficient. Her lips no longer soft and gentle against mine. I may as well have been kissing her with tombstone with how cold they were. I tried my hands at making her a softer, warmer home in a doll, more suited to perform wifely duties. Unfortunately, while the pleasure I could derive from her was greater, there was still an uncanniness to her that had settled me. I do want to kill this guy now. But more importantly, without a wound, we could never have the family we dreamed of. I fear I may have deprived my humanity even further to achieve our goals, but we've already come this far. There's the cell. Emerald key. That's the last note, I think. That's a body. It reeks. Alright, note. I pray whoever finds this isn't trapped here, too. When you meet the owner of this house, do not hesitate, kill him. He is the monster, not her. Okay. I feel like this is gonna get my ass locked up, but... No? That's all the notes, at least. Where's the room with the screwdriver? Shit. It was before the safe room. I remember that much. I want to check that first. I think it was a door panel. Yeah, I apologize for this last lap, but... I guess we were far enough away that that worked. Wasn't out of the bathrooms. I did not expect to spend 2 hours on this alone, but whatever. Check this one. One has some paper in it. Blank, probably for that desk over there. Okay. Those papers, the works. Where the hell was the screwdriver door? Was it connected to this, maybe? I think so, yeah. I think it was the yellow up here. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's that other closet. Okay. We'll check that. And then definitely gotta do one more kill as well. Alright, we gotta ditch something here. I don't think I need the screwdriver for anything else. Well, check these bookcases real quick. Secret books. Half of it I can't read because it's in other languages. The other half doesn't mean much to me. Lots of numbers and spreadsheets. Probably tracks fraud. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so we take that. Don't believe necessarily believe in this sort of stuff, but maybe it'll help. Okay. Alright, check the journal for the password. October 23rd. Ad break already started, so I'm going to get to the keypad and then... Oh, actually, can I? Just smash the doll. And after the break, we'll do one last push here. Okay, now that we know where the screwdriver room is, I feel like trying something stupid. I kind of see if we can hit her with the cross next time she spawns. It seems like a long shot. Well, yeah. Let me try just killing her. Or killing him. But I feel like hitting both of them is going to be the S ending. Okay, there's nowhere to examine on that. I guess the starting fires thing with the lighter was just flavor text. $10.23. Let's just, yeah, we'll kill him, but still have the cross in hand. safe leaving with the cross in hand. Or she leaves the bunker. She sees the demon that just stalked her all night waiting. Her instinct is to run away, but the demon keeps still. There's a brief standoff as she tries to think of what is different now. Maybe her husband's death has left her with nothing to live for, or maybe. She grabs a religious symbol she stowed in her purse, the monster's gaze falling to it as it recoils. Feeling emboldened, she steps forward to close the distance to the symbol and the creature. The flesh begins to burn as the distance shrinks. It tries to back away, but the pain causes it to collapse. Not much time passes before the creature is no more, just a charred and shriveled husk. She waits a few more moments just to be sure. The corpse cracks, and a faint blue aura seeps out. With it, a weight lifts. There's a sense of calm that washes over her as the aura evaporates. Feeling safe, she makes her way back to her car and leaves. While driving, she contemplates that this is a story anyone would believe. Perhaps this night will be something she keeps to herself and tries to forget about. Okay, that's the S, so... I don't know what the A rank one would be then. I might just have to look up a video and find the last one. But we've been at this for, what, an hour and a half? I would like to play at least half of the stuff in the selection tonight. And we should still have that save, so... Alright. Oop. I didn't think that would quit things out entirely. My bad. We should have quit to menu and then used the start button menu. Okay. I should have saved the progress, though. We'll see. If not, I'm going to be a little mad, but... I guess we know how to get the achievements if we have to redo it. Okay, games. 8 of 11. Okay, so there's probably another achievement. Maybe one for getting S rank. We got all the commentary, though, so that's good. Alright, so how many are there total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright, so if we try the first 7, I'll be satisfied. Call that a bod. Then next week we'll come back for the other half. And any cleanup. Alright, Hellenore. Haru needs someone to go get her siblings while she cooks dinner, and Hellenore isn't doing anything else. Okay. And done. That's every book in my little library. Now what? Maybe I should go outside for a bit. I have been cooped up in here for a while. Also, I had a bit of a coughing fit during the break, so I grabbed a cough drop. Knock, knock. Hellenore. Haru? What are you doing? Well, I was planning to cook up a nice meal and send my siblings out to get some of the ingredients. And that was this morning. Now the sun is setting at our house, and they still haven't returned. I was wondering if you'd go look for them while I would start cooking. Sure. I was thinking about heading out anyway. Sweet. Thank you, Hellenore. Oh, after you grab everyone, you should come eat with us. Sounds good. We should still have commentary on, so... Got jumps. You got double jumps. You got camera movement. Oh, we got hovers. Hell yeah. I'm gonna fall off of here? Yes. Okay. Too slope to land on. So if we're trying to be clever. We're still going to check the other side, but... Oh, and there's a run button too. Okay. Oh, you can use B to scoot along faster in midair. I didn't know that. That's cool. Alright. I don't think we'll do all the levels in this. We can save some for next week. But 6 stars, 50 notes. Alrighty, well, yeah, we might clear one area. This was supposed to be a taster. Okay, the pages are just like coins scattered about. It's not as bad. Thought I was gonna have to read them all. Hello. Oh. Hey, Summer. Harvey's looking for you. Oh, yeah? Suppose she did ask me to grab some starfruit while I was here. Hellenore, would you be a dear and get them for me? You're already hopping about. I guess. It's 1 of 6. Crystals. I think crystals were one of the things listed on the door. Alright. Oh, and we can swim. Let's see if we can go anywhere out in the ocean. Oh, commentary's not on. Shoot. Okay. We'll keep an eye out in the starting area then. Oh, glad we came up here. Commentary is here.
So something I noticed that was happening to me with other projects was that as I was testing things out, learning how to do things, my project assets tab would become a dire mess with unused code and assets. So in an effort to keep that from happening every so often, after figuring out something that wrecked my organization, I'd make a new project and port everything useful over. While they shared the same base name, Simple Platformer, each had an addition in parentheses. You can do it, you did it, now refine it into dust. Funny looking back now, considering how unrefined it is.
I thought we got this star. Maybe we got the other one. Okay. Good to go. Alright, there's probably the introductory one. There's probably one on, like an introductory one in the main overworld, too.
Islands from Kingdom Hearts is my favorite video game beach. I still had childhood wonder with the interactive medium to think that maybe if I played the opening better, I could get a different ending. So I spent a lot of time there trying to figure out how to basically stop the rest of the game from happening. I'm really happy that the noclip.website has Destiny Islands as one of its locations to explore, because even now I still use it as one of my main sources of inspiration when creating environments and just in general. Like truly, video game aesthetics peaked on the PS2.
This is true.
Anyhow,
Oh, God.
so I tried my best to recreate that here in Hellenore. Just a small beach that's so nice you wouldn't mind just setting down the controller and vibing.
Okay.
I suppose I aim for that with all my games and levels, but again, a good video game beach just holds a special place in my heart. If this was a YouTube video...
Okay, and you can speed up your swim by holding B as well. Good to know.
In the comments what some of their favorite YouTube beaches are. I suppose leave it in your review. Tell me what your favorite video game beach is. I would love to go.
I will discuss my favorite video game beach. Actually, let me think about that, because there's some good ones. Honestly, I love the, like the slum section of, what is it? Disco Elysium. I mean, it doesn't help that the netpicker, or it doesn't hurt that the netpicker's there. But yeah, just like having that little established sub-community. That's more for narrative value, though, than beach value. Alright, we got 5 crystals. I don't know how many more there are, but let's keep grabbing stars, I guess. Stars get. Oh, those are the fruit we're grabbing. I got you. Okay. Alright. I don't know if it's just 5 crystals, but hopefully that's it. I don't think I can get up there, so. Okay, 6 out of 6. And, oh, there's a little statue for when you found them. Cool. This might actually be quick enough. We can probably bang through all this.
If you listen listened to the KILLDEATH commentary, I believe I mentioned how I sat myself down to say, I can't make an Atari 20.
Oh, I like that it puts the crystals above the thing.
Games. Then with NSA, I moved up to NES hardware. So for my third project, I figured I'd move up to the Super NES, 18-bit to 16-bit.
Let's see, there's a commentary hiding over there.
Afforded me a lot of fidelity in terms of pixel art, and soon the art making aspect was overwhelming. So I figured maybe it was time just to move into 3D, and what better way to learn 3D than with a platformer? Some history, I had a friend who owned a PS1, and I got to play Spyro the Dragon at their house, which enamored me so much I convinced my parents to get it for me. However, my mom saw Crash Bandicoot 2 and thought I'd also like that, and you know what? I liked it even more. My dad, on the other hand, picked up Resident Evil and Soul Reaver, so I was eating good, even if I couldn't get very far in the more mature games because I had a stupid 5-year-old brain. But the point is that I have a lot of nostalgia for Crash and Spyro, so I started making my own 3D platformer inspired by them.
Okay.
One lesson
That explains the movement in the Madden 4 entry, actually.
Basically, I built the entire game of Hellenore thinking I'd be able to retroactively add a save function to it, only to find out that the way I was handling everything was too tangled in dependencies to figure out how to actually save it. So my initial plan of 5 levels became 1 level. After Hellenore, the first thing I did was learn how to save a game, and now I always start with my save function and build out from there. Those dependencies tanked performance too. It's generally fine when you're just walking about, but whenever you die, the game had to do a costly...
I did see her there. I'm waiting for this to finish.
And then it gets bottlenecked by the CPU to single digits. Speaking of bottlenecking, I also made the trees with leaf planes that billowed in the wind using a script. Every plane got its own script, so on weaker hardware, you'd hit that CPU limit and drop frames real fast.
Yep.
I didn't understand at the time why the leaves were causing performance dips. I thought it was a graphics problem, so I made a level of detail model for the leaves depending on your settings. And it did help, just because turning off the noise calculations saved so much CPU.
I wasn't sure if that would still work. If the waterfall would put out your flames or not. Okay, yeah. Saw her there. I was gonna, like I was saying, let's listen to the commentary finish.
Jesson, Harry's looking for you. Is it that late already? Shucks. She wanted me to pick some mushrooms for the stew, but I've been having a tough time finding enough.
You need help?
Would you? I'd really appreciate it.
Why not? Okay, so we got stump jump, and we got some jumping on the back there. I feel like we probably have to go for one of these higher ones to hit that page. Oh, hello. What are you all about? What are you like? Glad I noticed the gap before I dropped down and punched myself in the head for it. I think that's where we came through earlier, so. Yeah, this is going quick enough that I can probably finish this in one session after all. Oh. I didn't know that was going to pan out. I can get the lower branches easily enough from the ground, so I might as well do the lap, grab the crystal, grab the commentary, and then grab the other goodies on the way.
The original Hellenore is the game I spent the most time on out of any game in my entire game development career. It was about 2 years. I really thought I was cooking with that one, but at this point in my career, it's probably my least favorite finished product. It didn't help that I released it the day after Mario Odyssey dropped.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
To compare my own work to directly, maybe it warped my perception. I was proud of the work I did at the time. Even if I knew it wasn't amazing, I did like the vibes. But every year or so I go back and play it just to see how far I've come, and every time I like it a little less. The vibes just don't hit. The simple act of running isn't as fun. The parts that require platforming skill absolutely aren't fun. The OG Hellenore's long development scarred me, as even to this day I'm afraid to dedicate so much time of my life to a game and just have it flop. I think since then the longest I've given to a game is Madvent with 5 months, though I usually average 3. And on the plus side, I am getting better.
Still missing a crystal too. Okay, there's still some stuff over there.
In 6 weeks, and I think I'll be back to this in 10 years and still be happy with how it turned out. But I suppose we'll see. As I see others release projects they spent years on and the quality those have, at least now I feel that I do have the talent that if I focus on one project for years, I could probably make a banger. I suppose this collection is a way to dip my toes into those waters, as I started it in 2022, and even though
I see anything downstairs, but come back and check if we gotta.
Is a balance of release that I could handle.
Oh wait, there's a crystal out there on those trees. Got it. I think it's probably a glide from over here. We're still down a shroom too.
I'd say outside of a lack of skill, Hellenore was plagued with a lack of vision.
There it is. Okay.
I'd say outside of a lack of skill.
Oh, I didn't mean to re-step that.
With a lack of vision. I've heard horror stories about project leads who will play a game over the weekend and then ask their subordinates to add a feature from that game, or just try to pivot the entire project from that. And I kind of feel like that was me with Hellenore. It started as a game aspiring to be Crash Bandicoot to...
We'll let this play out.
I can't remember all the stupid things I tried to add along the way, but I do remember getting into Castlevania somewhere along the development. And then trying to add something from that game. I think it was the powers. The way you'd get secondary items in Castlevania, you'd pick up powers that would help you in your journey. It was silly and absolutely made the game worse. Also, I had limited myself to
feature creep,
specific console limitations for my previous 2 successful projects. For some reason, I didn't stick with PS1 limitations for this 3D game. If I recall, I was enamored with the timeless toon aesthetic of Wind Waker, forgetting that Mega Man Legends was sitting right there. And silly inexperienced me didn't think extra polygons would make for that much extra work, and how wrong was I?
I didn't think to check for subtitles for the commentary. There aren't. Oh, it's got trigger jumps too. If you're, that's never like a game mode that I've really embraced, but okay.
This is one of the games that I had to remake from the ground up for the collection, because the original version was so broken that it would take me less time to build it from the ground up than it would be to fix the old version. Not only would it be faster, but I believe the end product would be substantially better. Just with like NSA, I am a little sad those old versions aren't in this collection, mostly for the sake of comparison. But for preservation's sake, I intend to keep the original versions of everything in this collection up on itch.io, though it's possible to play and compare if you're willing to take a few extra steps. I do feel like this one got a lot more of a fundamental change than those strings attached did, because yeah, while they're both, you know, have you jumping and collecting and talking to people, like just now that I have a save function that actually works, I was able to build multiple levels, and so I got to include a bunch of different environments and each of them having their own unique vibe.
Part of me wants to check out the original versions on itch, but if this doesn't have a save function, I would cry probably. Oh, it's not that difficult, so.
I had one level to work with, but I really wanted 2 different vibes to show off: a pleasant autumn day and a cold, rainy night. Plus, I really like the dynamic shadows moving across the world, so I added a day-night cycle. That was a big mistake. I made the nighttime too dark to see, as the moon took a while to pop over the mountains, and so the few players who played the original basically gave up when night hit. They just let go of the controls and waited out. There was a spell to cast light, but a lot of players missed that pickup. Plus, even if you had that pickup, you needed energy for it.
We're probably dead anyway.
Energy. It was just.
Oh, good. It drops you right at the old ledge. Good. I don't know if we can actually make that. Nope. Yeah! Where'd this go? Ah! Ah! That was intended. Alright. Grab the page and then we'll... Nope! We'll miss, but it should land me down. Okay. Not quite. Okay. Run it direct. There we go. Yeah, it's tight, but you can do it. I love the tune here. This is really good. It's kind of ominous. Let's see where this cave comes from. And then we'll go back and check the ridge. Crystal there. Yeah, let's check the ridge first, then we can muck about in the cave some. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, I think I remarked on the subtitles things for, or at least I was worried about subtitles for the commentary in Bonfire Effigy. I think that one delivered though. Okay, there's a crystal down there. Yeah, it's easier to work our way down than work our way back up, right? Alright, I don't think we're gonna be able to... Like, I think we have to come up and around to get to that branch for the berries.
No strings attached, I've attempted several times to make a Hellenore remake. Actually, while I was going at my first attempt in 2020, I discovered how to use the Unity animation tab, and it opened up a whole world of possibilities.
Oh yeah, that was the branch.
No longer was I stuck in my 3D modeling softwares whose timing somehow always got messed up when imported. It would play exactly the same as the preview. While
There's
I
a sibling.
don't love her first entry anymore, she is an unsung hero of my development as a developer, much like how she introduced me to animating in Unity, which I've basically made a staple in all my games since. Hellenore was actually the first game where I made the text crawl scripts that I use in all of my games now, even in this remake here. The actual like script base is the same as it was. So obviously, like, over those 7 years, I've improved upon it a lot, so much so that actually while working on this remake, I finally managed to make branching paths work with the text crawl, which will be a boon to my next game, I'm sure. Like with most projects, the Hellenore I ended up finally making wasn't the one in my head for years, but that's art, I suppose. You gotta learn how to roll with those punches.
Good evening, Zima.
Hellenore. Good to see you.
I was looking for you.
What for?
Dinner.
All right. I was supposed to collect some beauty berries for her.
You want me to get them for you?
You don't have to.
I've been doing everyone else's chores. What's one more thing?
I see. Thank you, Hellenore. It'll give me time to finish up here. Okay. Okay. Wasn't sure if there was like a second thing where it actually tells me why the gate, what the deal with the gate is. Okay. All right. So the branch was in this general direction, right? Yeah. Oh, there's more than one of them. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, got back up. Didn't quite make it. Oh, well, this page is here. Oh, we clipped the map. Well, it'll reset me to here. That worked out. Happy accidents indeed. Though it is kind of funny that we found like a non-collision gap there or something. Alright, so there's more stuff on the other way past the commentary here, so We'll never do that without, Oh, another pillar of air. I think that's supposed to teach you that you can go up those if you haven't already. More pages we missed. Or berries we missed. Okay. One here too. Okay. Let me grab that berry on the way down. We know there's at least one crystal. Oh yeah, that's right. There's one crystal on the mountainside and one inside. Looks like we've been through here, so I don't know how we missed that one, but there's one inside the cave. 22 pages is a lot, but okay. I think we're actually gonna make that. Berry there? Okay, okay. More pages? Okay, cool, cool. I can't remember exactly where we went into the cave, but gotta find our way back eventually, right? Alright, looks like we can find our way back up here, so... Although, we are still gonna have to go back up and around to find that red crystal. Alright, oh. I think we're above the entry area. I'll check that commentary, but I think, yeah, this is the way you were intended to come up instead of go down, but... Another berry? In this lovely nook. Yeah, okay, there's the entrance door, so...
This is one of the games that I had to remake from the ground.
Yeah, we heard that one, okay.
Because the original version was so broken that it would take me less time to build it from the ground up.
Sorry for the repeat.
Fix the old version. Not only would it be faster, but I believe the end product would be substantially better.
That actually worked, okay.
I am a little sad those old versions aren't in this collection, mostly for the sake of comparison. But for preservation's sake, I intend to keep the original versions of everything in this collection up on itch.io. Though it's possible to play and compare if you're willing to take a few extra steps. I do feel like this one got a lot.
There's the crystal, okay.
Attached.
So we just gotta find our way in.
Both, you know, heavy jumping and
that's probably where the last few pages... Oh no, pages are done here, so...
Just now that I have a save function that actually works, I was able to build multiple levels. And so I got to include a bunch of different environments, and each of them having their own unique vibe.
Alright, let's find our way into the cave. It looks like it might be an entrance, but I don't want to risk it. Oh, this is how you were supposed to get to the branch, okay. Or no, that's how we saw the other one, that's right. This is to the sibling, right? Yeah, okay. And on the plus side, once we find our way to the crystal, we just have to, yeah, into the cave. I could just zip on down to the crystal. Alright. It might have been this way? I think it was, yeah, because there was this bit, and then, yeah, the really sparkly. Okay, looks like we gotta take the air vents. It looks like there's a commentary over there, too. Okay. Okay, I think the air vents are supposed to get me up here. We gotta work our way around. Fair enough. Then the trick is gonna be finding our way back to the entrance.
So in the original game, I only had one level to work with, but I really wanted 2 different vibes to show off.
Oh, I see. We hit that commentary. We just didn't make the turn here.
Plus, I really like the dynamic shadows moving across the world, so I added a day-night cycle. That was a big mistake. I made the nighttime too dark to see as the moon took a while to pop over the mountains, and so the few players I saw...
Okay, that's all the crystals. Let's get out of here.
Basically gave up when night hit. They just let go of the controls and waited out. There was a spell to cast light, but a lot of players missed that pickup. Plus, even if you had that pickup, you needed energy for it, and when you die, you lose energy. It was just the whole thing.
I'm guessing the spell thing was part of the Castlevania flavored add-ons that proved to be too much extra. Okay. That should be everything? Yeah, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. 100%.
Alright. That's everything. What took you so long anyway? The vibes at the beach were immaculate today. I just had to soak them in. Sorry, sis, those mushrooms are hard to find. If you don't have magic to fly around.
My apologies, Haru. I got lost in my work.
That warp portal?
Correct. I just needed 15 power crystals to get it running. Oh, maybe we can go there next.
Oh. I picked up 15 crystals while looking for y'all.
Is that so? I'll take them for me after dinner. Okay, so we're probably to drop here anyway. Next time you head up the mountain, you can use it.
Maybe I will. Anyway, Hellenore, what are you planning to do after this? While I was out today, I collected a bunch of pages to a new book. So I think I'll read after this.
What's it about?
Well, from what I've gleaned, while waiting for dinner, it's a tragedy about this girl who loses everything, and her unhinged revenge on those who wronged her. Ooh, good for her.
I love Jensen, you rule.
I'll have to borrow that after you finish it.
I still need to finish that book I borrowed from you.
No rush. Oh, I wanted to thank you for grabbing everything I asked for. Maybe next time I'll just ask you. Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, it'd be great.
I forget which voice I used first, sorry.
Oh, yeah, maybe. If I'm not busy.
Anyway, let's dig in. Okay. Alright. Enjoy the credits. We're going to go check that warp portal out, and, that's what, 3 games so far? I'm not sure the Bloody Vulpine did. Sorry, that was the head twitch. Maybe that'll be mentioned in another commentary through the warp gate. Okay. Continue? Okay. Oh yeah, this seemed to cut across to... I think the intent was for you to go through the caves and then cut around either side. Yeah, I remember this popped out not too far. Or, no, I'm thinking of the other corner. Either way, this ramps back up. As long as we keep going up, we'll get near the summit and find the gate. Yeah, here we okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were wind gusts and not water jets, but whatever works. I'm guessing if you go to dinner without everything, it changes some of the interactions or just drops them entirely. But here, naked one gets shit done. Okay, I think, yeah, we're near the gate. Cool. Yep, gate's lit. Something different to say? Hey, you haven't gone through yet? Oh, something wrong? No, it works fine. Just, I'm not ready. Ah, yeah, I get that. Never know what you'll find on the other side. Want me to go first? Yes. I got you. Alright. The fuck is this? Okay, that looks amazing. That must be carryover from the rainy night vibe. We're gonna do a lap to see if there's any commentary in the back here. Nope. Alright. I'm probably gonna do a lap every layer, but this looks like a multi-tiered tower of some sort. Well, that's weird. Was where the rain would, of course, maybe slide back down, but... Alright, so it looks like it's a jump around clockwise kind of deal. Okay. And just the rain like falling on lava is a cool look. Reminded of that tower from Battletoads, of all things. Ah. Still easier than climbing that tree in Bobo Bay. Got another lap for possible commentary. Okay, we got a geyser. I think that's where we came in, so... yeah. We got a ways to go. Alright, we chose wisely. I'm guessing straight across. I don't see anything in between, so... Yep, okay. Going up. Should lay off the B button a bit. Just in case. Launch myself off the edge. It looks shallow enough a slope that it's not going to slide me off. So, yeah, just commentary check. Let's take a look around. Aha! Guessing back? Yeah. This is what paying attention nets you. Progress. Okay, that's going to drop me back into the middle, so we don't want that. Okay. 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 Probably missed our ride here. Okay. Oh, anything fun there? Nope. Okay. Hey, buddy. Ugh. And who might you be?
I'm Hellenore. Nice to meet you.
Yes, it is a pleasure. I've been waiting for such a long time. For me? For anyone? Bleh. Oh, get leeched, bozo. That was 100% of Hellenore, so... feels good. I don't know why... well... let's return to collection. Okay, so we've completely finished at least one. Good shit. Number 4. Nightmare Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? It's gonna be weird. Okay, the 2 is for Become Prey, not the Mad Van Calendar stuff. Alright. Only 4 achievements in this one. Okay, there's the achievement list. That's on Y. So what are the other ones? Kill Death. Kill Death at challenge level 2 or higher. Kill Death with no upgrades. Okay, so I could probably do challenge level 1 without the sword. That's easy enough. Alright. And we just gotta figure out what ending S is. No Place Like Home. That's either... that's gotta be leave with the cross? Or find another way to get... or take over the house somehow. Alright. Wake up. 100%. Find a friendly face. Read all the notes in one run. So, I like notes. Okay. Kill Death with no upgrades again. Oh, it's 3D Kill Death. Okay. Kill Death in one life. That I don't know if I'm going to get on stream, but... alright. Nightmare Killer. Oh, first person.
In 2018,
X is flashlight, A is interact.
in the Game Maker Toolkit's Game Jam. It was their second year, and I had participated.
I gotta look into more GMTK stuff,
After
honestly.
the elation of seeing that YouTuber that I enjoyed at the time play my entry and watching them have a good time playing it, I really was chasing that high. I wanted to feel that again. But if I recall, they decided that due to the sheer amount of games, instead of trying to play them all, they were basically just going to wait for the ratings to come in and only play the best ones. And even though logistically I understand like why they did that, it still ended up causing me to become disenfranchised from that creator. Ranking entries when participants aren't on equal footing just feels terrible. How could a fledgling dev with a retail job working weekends compete with teams of devs who make games for a living?
Exactly.
It's something I've tried to be mindful of when hosting collaborative efforts, to give equal platform to fledgling devs and seasoned devs in my showcase, to view games in the context of their creation, to celebrate their victories, even if for some that victory was simply shipping a game. Basically, I'd like to be the kind of entity to other devs that I would have appreciated when I was in their place. Anyhow, not happy with the game I made for that jam as my yearly release, but not having any substantial projects I felt could be completed before the year's end, I decided to do a personal jam for Halloween, which ended up producing Nightmare Killer.
Yeah, like, I usually don't rank. Again, every time, especially with, like, Next Fest, stuff like that, I explain it every time. I always just grab what catches my eye, so it's just... well, it's vibes-based initially, and then I shuffle it all, so there's no favorites being played. Unless it's, like, on the off chance there's something I've been waiting for a demo on, or whatever, or for to come out. Like I've heard teased somewhere, it might get a little priority, but yeah. I try to keep things as equal as possible. I'll at least skim the entire list on really long jams. It's been running like this for hours. Okay. The lock is broken. Okay. So there was all the notes. Fun fact. Did you know? F is for flashlight. The rumor has it you can use it to pay respects as well. Okay, B is run. Good to know. So is left trigger. Lock is broken. Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Sexy lady. Okay, I think all the windows are probably going to be out the same. Lock's broken. Really?
I spent the first day of
Hello.
jam making art, rushing through the character, and then making the hallway. For speed, I made modular pieces so I could build a level out in engine, as opposed to how I usually do it, where I tweak it all in my modeling software and then walk around in an in-engine to feel out the space. Day 2 was all the programming, which was mostly rehashed code from older projects that never saw the light of day. Honestly, I'm not really fond of 2-day jams anymore. I don't feel like it's enough time for me to do anything.
It's not.
Become Prey and Nightmare Killer share a lot of.
I mean, I've seen stuff done in 2 weeks.
They're both 2-day jams.
A lot
and
rough.
I feel like it's all I could muster at the speed of sound.
Okay. Oh. Note to self. Buy spackle to fix holes. Maybe if they weren't nailing notes to the walls, there wouldn't be so many holes. Yeah, it said get all notes. It didn't say how many notes. So, oh, there's a note in there.
2018 really was the year of meme games for me. I always.
Oh, okay. He's popping these up with the commentary. That's cool.
Helps accentuate horror. But these 2 games in particular are probably just the most meme. The 2 games being Nightmare Killer and Bob Team Epic Beatdown that I made for the Game Maker's Toolkit jam.
Okay, that was the one from the
Team
jam.
Epic slaps. I love its shitposty style of humor, but Bob Team Epic's purposely bad animations just jive with that sense of humor better, in my opinion. And I was just really into it right at the same time as the jam. And I
need to sit down and watch through all that.
Help make the art aspect easier. And while I really like the art that I made for that jam, I just didn't end up having enough time for both the art and the gameplay, giving it this very like unfinished look, like, you know, baby's first game. And I think that's partially why, like, after years, I pulled it no longer proud to like display it as one of the games I made.
Rip the dream.
Gameplay, it was okay. The theme was genre minus mechanic, and I decided to do a shoot 'em up without the shooting. As for Nightmare Killer, I think Ted Cruz was up for re-election.
I'm sorry.
He's back in the public consciousness after his failed attempt to be president planted him in my mind as a public figure of note.
What is
I
this?
think bad lip reading's rendition of one of his ads.
I might check that after we check the note.
Especially the one where he likes to eat hair. There was also that joke that he was the Zodiac killer that got really popular for a while.
Yeah.
Along with the absurd idea that his dad killed JFK is just very funny to me. On the other hand, Freddy Krueger is probably my favorite slasher. I believe Nightmare on Elm Street was my first adult horror film I got to watch, or at least it was the one that traumatized me, because he's a dream killer and he could show up in my dreams to kill me. And hey, you know, phonetically they're not too far off. Ted, Fred, Krug, Cruz. So we got Teddy Cruiser, the Zodiac killer, as the antagonist for this short joke of a game.
Oh, I feel like I got spoiled there. Seriously? Another broken lock? What is this, Silent Hill? I don't remember how I got here. Is this my house? Okay. Alright, what's your deal? Ignoring that? Okay, fair enough. 1, 2. Teddy's coming for you. Uh-oh. It's Zodiac Killer, Teddy Cruiser. Alright. Oh. So we know how to... Alright, maybe if we don't hit the, I don't know if this counts as a note. So we know there's an exit there. I just want to hit the notes. For the achievement. Don't hit the, he's coming for you. Note. Alright. We'll hit the commentary.
Even though it's minuscule,
final
I
thoughts.
still enjoy the atmosphere of the rain pouring outside in this game. The tension build and the reveal of the killer are also pretty cool. I think the only thing I don't love from the original is the chase sequence.
Great.
I always cheesed it because I knew once you got a certain distance away, Ted would spawn in front of you. So you just had to walk backwards. So
Oh!
I'm hoping the alterations I've made to the chase
Okay.
get better. But
Okay, he fixed it.
I still have the rain. I do enjoy the new ending jump scare too. It helps that startling nightmare narrative.
Spoiled again.
The last thing you see before you wake up. If you close your eyes just as he reaches you, you can trick your brain into thinking you've died.
Silent Hill joke again. Alright. Do not disturb. Okay. Get ready to haul ass. Oh! That was... Okay, so he does still spawn in front of you. Where's the face? Only off chance that counts as a note. Okay. I think I might have passed one. Yeah, we skipped the spackle one. Okay, so... Read this one. Alright, and then just be ready to run backwards. Shit! Shit! No! I'm trying to space it a little bit so he doesn't spawn in front of me. What? God damn it. I'll give it one more attempt. But yeah, spacing it seems to be possible. For all I know, we have gotten all the notes. So yeah, it's the corner. Okay, oh. Fuck! Alright, run backwards. Just forever. Yeah, because we have to finish for one of the Steam achievements. Also the right turn up here that we didn't really use. Okay, we got out. Maybe the turn is a dead end? Okay, that's the ending jump scare. Oh, we 100%ed it somehow. Okay, cool. So we got all the notes. Good. And all the commentary. That was nice and quick. We got an ad in 1 minute. When we come back, we'll kill death again. What are the achievements for Become Prey? Told the original tale. Find yourself in the woods. And one for ending. So I think just finding yourself in the woods is all we have to do for that. And commentary. But okay. We'll be right back. Okay, I checked the achievements on, what was it? The no strings attached. One is getting an S rank, but I think that's a matter of fewer saves and just getting an ending, so that shouldn't be too hard to work out. Alright, let's kill death again. 100%, one life. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get the one life one, but I can try. Look left and right with the bumpers or triggers, I guess. Oh, okay, stick is look. Okay. X is attack. We have, oh no, dodging. Not ideal. Okay.
Kill Death Again was sort of a test. I had been making games for about 5 years at that point.
I think it's the same layout.
How far I'd come by remaking the first game I ever made in the same amount of time, which was about a month. At the time, I was really happy with it. I liked seeing the progress I had made and how much more I could do in the exact same amount of time. Though, looking back at it today, it's definitely one of my weaker games. And I actually think I almost prefer the original one more to this one, especially in this collection where I've done a lot of little upgrades for the original one. While I tried to do some for this one being so much more complex meant that there was a lot more.
I might do upgrades in One Life.
Like some of my other games, it got to a point where just remaking it would have been the better option. And I didn't really want to do that because like this one did port over, so I didn't. Originally, I was hoping to expand the world past the dungeon, do all the things I wanted to do with the original's sequel, but didn't have the knowledge for. However, a month goes by really fast, so there ended up being a lot of code that just didn't really do much. For example, the enemy stats scripts. There is a bunch of code for all these enemy variants, like skeletons, that just didn't make it for time. Or how there was going to be classes for the player to choose from that would alter the starting stats, and one that would alter the gameplay outright from melee to ranged combat. I was on
Okay, I guess we're not doing it in One Life.
all of that for this final release, but eventually I figured my time would be better spent focusing on the other parts of this collection, and maybe in the future I'll do another Kill Death with all that knowledge I have now.
Oh, we can light the... Oh, those are the checkpoints. Okay.
Originally, I was hoping to expand.
Okay, that's the excessive code one again.
Do all the things I wanted to do with the original sequel, but didn't have the knowledge for. However, a month goes by really fast, so there ended up being a lot of code that just didn't really do much. For example, the enemy stat scripts. There is a bunch of code for all these enemy variants, like skeletons, that just...
Oh, no, that's a checkpoint. Okay.
Or how there was going to be classes for the player to choose from that would alter the starting stats, and one that would alter the gameplay outright from melee to ranged combat. I was on the fence about trying to restore all of that for this final release, but eventually I figured my time would be better spent focusing on the other parts of this collection. Just like the original Kill Death, I tried to make the rooms up of modular pieces so I could randomly generate the dungeons, but I wasn't making headway fast enough, and just like the original, I fell back on the handcrafted map. This time though, I based it on the original's map. Not a perfect recreation, but the same...
It did seem similar, so...
bunch of paths that lead to the same end. This secret was always here, but originally the wall was just like any other, and there really wasn't any indication that there were goodies hiding there.
Yeah, I'll take the
The only
upgrades.
way I feel one might find this is by pure accident, so I tried a little something to make that more obvious to the player. There was also the statue in the center of the map that unlocks the East secret. These are placed to echo the original secrets on either side respectively, though in that game there was just...
I don't think I found those secrets either.
Where here there are more secrets that you actually have to pay attention to.
Oh, God. Okay, we're definitely... I don't know if I'm ever getting this in One Life, but okay. Having all these guys respawn every time is going to be rough. I don't have any keys right now. It does also respawn the time pickups, though, so I can't be too mad about it. We lit that. Shit. I don't know what's in that room. Maybe I can see if there's another checkpoint closer. Or maybe just kite them through the door here.
Originally I was hoping to expand...
Oh, that's the excessive code one again. I'm sorry.
do all the things things I wanted to do with the original sequel, but didn't have the knowledge for. However, a month goes by really fast, so there ended up being a lot of code that just didn't really do much. For example, the enemy stat scripts. There is a bunch of code for all these enemy variants, like skeletons, that just didn't make it for time. Or how there was going to be classes for the player to choose from that would alter the starting stats, and one that would alter the gameplay outright from melee to ranged combat. I was on the fence about trying to restore all of that for this final release, but eventually I figured my time would be better spent focusing on the other parts of this collection, and maybe in the future I'll do another Kill Death with all that knowledge I have now.
Still no keys. Oh, you can just hold it down to swing. Keep swinging. Good. Okay, another upgrade. I'll take it. Save point. Some of these walls look a little different. Just different directions, I guess. Alright. But new checkpoint, that's good.
This secret was
okay, that's... How did we miss that room near the secret, then?
And there really was
I feel like an absolute bozo.
That there were goodies hiding there. The only way I feel one might find this is by pure accident. So I tried a little something to make that more obvious to the player. There was also the statue in the center of the map that unlocks the East secret. These are placed to echo the original secrets on either side respectively, though in that game there was just a small horde to fight, where here there are more secrets that you actually have to pay attention to. In the original version, the way the dodge was handled, you could effectively double dodge through walls, and I thought it was so fun I kept it. Unfortunately, while I was trying to fix something else for this updated version, I accidentally fixed that bug.
No!
Recreate it purposefully in a timely fashion.
I do like that the sword is very, Oni Link's sword from, Majora's Mask. Oh. Alright. That's a little better. Oh, I can just whack through the wall, too. Good. So it's kind of like the room cheesing from before, just in a different sort of direction. Okay, we got a lot of keys now, too. There's at least one heart in here. No, it's an upgrade, even better. Okay. I want to backtrack and see what we have for other doors. Did we grab the time again? I don't think we did. No, okay. The armor clank is really nice, too. Here we go. Okay, there's the statue he was talking about. I don't know what that unlocked, but we'll keep an eye out. Save point. Leave the heart for now. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's back where we came. Triforce looking Mo.
There weren't any upgrades in the original Kill Death, but becoming strong enough to beat Death was a big part of my original vision. So for
There were kind of, unless you added them for the
system,
remake.
though the player never sees the numbers. But
Okay.
basically they have their health, attack, and speed. Mostly doing what you would expect, though the speed is just how fast you swing, not movement speed. In this final version, I'd say the upgrades are mostly optional. Getting 1 speed and 2 attack help make dealing with husks easier. And the more damage you do, the less time you spend playing the dodge roll game with Death. But it's absolutely possible to beat this with no upgrades. So making a better stat system that's a lot more fun is just one of those things I probably want to try and do better in a sequel.
I think the lighting is more to remind you that you've been places than anything else. So, hello. So keeping an eye out for weird walls now. Checkpoint.
I'd say out of everything in this remake, the thing that I still like a lot to this day is the boss fight with Death.
I guess we're close to
Most of
that.
the game isn't really as satisfying as I'd like. The way the husks handle their attacks and the way the player does, it just kind of feels like everyone's swinging wildly, hoping that one dies before the other. But with Death, there are more clearly telegraphed attacks, so you can dodge roll out of the way,
Good.
and then go in for a few hits before their next attack. And they have a ranged if you get too far, and a blowback if you get too close. So there's some good variety.
It goes down too, yeah, that's part of the fight with
Those
Death.
attacks are still a little whatever. The back and forth of Death's attacks make it still a pretty fun
Alright,
challenge.
looks like we've checked out everything else. A lot of health here too. Alright, checkpoint right there. That's Death. So there's one more to light over here too. I don't know if that's going to help me at all, but... Oh. That's not good. And I can't run out for more health, so... How dare you ask me to be good at this? Okay, we're still up. Okay, it just drops you back in the room. I guess that's what the save point's there. That makes sense. So I guess beating it without upgrades would take time, but is doable. 1 life? I don't know about that. Although we did learn how to door. We did find like a door cheese, so I could probably make that work. Okay. We have killed Death again. We're going to say no to trying again. And quit the collection. That's what we want. Is that all the commentary? Yes. Okay. Become prey. First encounter. Again, we did this one in the demo. It was about 30 years ago or so. I was backpacking up north. Oh, this was the one with the weird deer. Yeah. Backpacking up north in the middle of nowhere. Couldn't tell you how many times I'd done that before. I loved getting up in the middle of the night to just wander the woods near my camp. There was just something special about the woods at night. I was young and stupid. Never imagined anything bad would happen to me. Because my flashlight was green, and animals don't see color like we do. So it's like you're invisible to them. I don't know how scientifically true that is, but so long as you keep quiet. Okay. Sneak is on X. Got it. Alright, looking for commentary. So one of the achievements was to find yourself in the woods, and we definitely haven't done that before.
Become Prey began life as a joke. I played Detroit Become Human, and I thought it'd be funny to call a horror game Michigan Become Prey. It was going to be about a trophy hunter trying to survive zombified animals, hunting him for justice. Originally, it was going to be more classically survival horror with fixed camera angles and pre-rendered backgrounds, inventory puzzles, the whole 9 yards. At some point, I pivoted from all pre-rendered to a mix of...
I like the range on
with live
being able to read these from a while away.
I even had a zombie deer and a dodge mechanic a la RE3 to cope with the sheer speed of the animals. But it was ultimately scrapped as the scope of the project ballooned and the work began to feel overwhelming. Years later, a member of the Haunted PS1 community announced they'd be hosting a Haunted Hunting Jam, and that sparked my interest in
I gotta look up that one then too.
Become Prey 2 would end up being the game that was made for the Haunted Hunting Jam, and you can hear more about that in the BP2 commentary. As for BP1, I had missed out on the Haunted PS1's first demo disc, but I was really enjoying the sense of community and wanted to take part in something. Then they announced they'd be hosting a weekend jam, but I was already in it for the Haunted Hunt. I realized I was overscoping the Haunted Hunt jam entry, so I took the weekend jam as a fresh start using some of the components I'd already made, but breaking what the game could be down severely to fit into a 2-day workflow. Honestly, I think part of what makes indie horror so effective is that players have no idea what a new game will serve. Is it just going to be a walking simulator with no danger? Or is it a puppet combo stalker about to come screaming and swinging? I've seen time and time again players scaring themselves because of what they imagine could happen than anything I could likely deliver on.
I haven't played much puppet combo, so I don't know if that'd be my vibe.
My games will inherently be less scary than when I was a nobody. This game's follower is a good example of the player doing more work than I ever could. Like, in this first area, nothing can harm you until the chase sequences. Okay. That first section is just all vibes. But every so often, footsteps will play behind the player, and they can't know that...
Oh, you motherfucker. That did get me the first time we played.
Low visibility works to its advantage, too, as the steps move past them, just out of sight. I think, in a way, it's why it's hard to gauge how effective the horror aspect of a game is, because I know all the limitations. Even adding randomized elements so I can't know the when, I still know the how. It's very mechanical. It makes me rely on others to know how my art is landing. It's just a step in the process. The map is essentially a big circle with a few appendages. The spawn, the chase trigger, and the one on the right, where there used to be nothing. But the bulk of it
used to be nothing, you say.
Wandering would be spent in the loop-de-loop in the middle. The idea was to make a space that was easy to get lost in, and watching Let's Plays, it does the job pretty well. Though it's frustrating from a developer standpoint to watch a player walk past the ending area due to the limited color palette and them not registering the darker cliff walls as something worth checking out. But it's frustrating because it's a failure on my part as a designer, less so than the players.
I think we listened to that one. Yeah, I want to see what this thing on the right is, because I don't think we ever found that before, because I always go left. And I might have been deterred by this little hill here. It's like there's nothing else. There's a commentary up here, so.
This is a new addition to the game.
Ah, this is the achievement.
Scene in Lake Mungo, which I personally find very haunting.
I haven't seen Lake Mungo or played Lake Mungo. I don't know if it's a game or a movie.
Something
Show?
up in this dead end worth checking out. I went over a bunch of ideas and kept circling on what it could be. Like, maybe it's an Easter egg, or maybe I had collectibles to find and I'll hide one up there. But nothing really felt right, or it felt like an addition for addition's sake. But I came across a video dissecting Lake Mungo, and it reminded me of how much I liked it, and the idea of echoes through time kind of seemed fitting for Become Prey 1 and 2's tied story.
Oh,
Almost
okay.
making the events of Become Prey 2 more of an unavoidable tragedy.
I didn't expect to see anyone else out there. I suppose I didn't actually. As my light touched her, she stumbled into my direction like a zombie. Something black oozed from her neck. Her face scratched to all hell. First I thought she'd been attacked by an animal. So I asked if she's okay, closing the distance. But she didn't reply, and my stomach sank fast. Not because of the blood or anything, but because it suddenly clicked. That's me. She lunged, grabbing at my jacket. Her nails dig. Wait. No. That's not how it happened. Well, I don't have any other buttons, I don't think. Oh, action. Maybe just run like hell. Well, I like that it's giving me the chance to get out of it. I guess these are the chase sequence he was talking about. I thought it was just getting chased by the deer, not ourselves, but... Okay, yeah, the way up to her had a slope, so... Oh shit, she's fast. I'm a little worried. If we gotta find, more commentary. Well, the commentary still seems to shine even if it's out of beam, so... Okay, this... Maybe I don't recognize this. They said something about dark cave walls. That seems new. That, or we're just looping back to where we started. But I don't think we are, because it feels a little more elaborate in the intro area. I mean, if we find a commentary here and it seems like something fresh. Alright, this goes up again. Okay, this is a different path up because the other one looped to the right. So here goes nothing. Saw my tent, but it was simply a landmark to my escape. Okay, ran straight to my car from there. I wasn't staying in those woods alone another minute. A long drive home, my mind kept going over what I saw. My eyes were locked on that road, petrified to glance in my mirrors. We got the 100% achievement, so... Before, we got chased by the deer back to the tent. Every mile lightened the utter dread in my heart, but it never fully went away. I still feel it. Like there's something out there, waiting for me. That one day I'll walk into those woods and never be seen again. Ending B. Okay, so we got ending A before, I guess. We got all the commentary. I thought there would be a little more. Okay, so we'll do Become Prey 2, and hopefully wrap it up there. And then, yeah, next week we'll come back for the Mad Vents Oh yeah, these are all parts of other stuff. Make Beautiful I'm not familiar with. But the other ones were part of different Mad Men sequences. And I gotta look up that haunted hunting jam. But okay, Barbara Jones fights for her life as old trauma rears its ugly head. Difficulty. Let's go. Wait, it's intended. Oh, actually, we didn't, I just wanted to see what the achievements were. Level 1. There's a lot. I don't think we're gonna get them all in one push, but... Level 8, bad ending, good ending, a lot of coyotes, a lot of gems. 25, okay. We're not 100%ing that one tonight. But we'll at least try to get an ending. Walking onto my porch to have my morning cigarette, I saw it. An excess of feathers and blood in my chicken coop. There was a moment of disbelief as I took in a long drag, just staring across from across my yard. I wished it was just a dream, an illusion, that my chickens were fine. But there's no escaping reality. I made my way closer to inspect the carnage. The mesh had held this time. Coyotes had torn through the chicken wire a few weeks prior, so I replaced it all with hardware cloth. That wasn't the issue this time. Instead, it appeared that the coyotes had dug their way through the dirt underneath. I became so angry. Such a stupid thing to overlook. And yet, there I was, the fool. Without giving it much thought, I grabbed my rifle and stormed off into the woods, looking for blood. Okay.
Become Prey 2 was originally made for the Haunted Hunting Jam 2020, which ran for about...
So trigger is shoot as well if you want.
Really fun for me was the surprise players who played the first game got when the second one came out, because Become Prey 2 came out only 4 weeks after the first one. Where the first one is a walking sim that turns into a simple horror chase, one map, go to point A, then go back.
Health, I guess. Oh.
It takes about 5 or 10 minutes.
Jesus.
The second one had 4 levels to tell the story and a couple of bonus levels to grind out one's stats, because it was a third-person shooter and it had a whole upgrade system. In defense of my output, COVID had just started and my job allowed me to take 2 weeks.
I love these coyote models.
Safe. And so I took them just for the...
Got stuck in the corner though. Or now we know what we're looking for.
Become Prey 2 was originally...
I see him now, okay.
Haunted Hunting Jam 2020, which ran for about 6 weeks. One thing that was really fun for me was the surprise players who played the first game got when the second one came out, because Become Prey 2 came out only 4 weeks after the first one. Where the first one is a walking sim that turns into a simple horror chase, one map, go to point A, then go back to spawn. It takes about 5 or 10 minutes. The second one had 4 levels to tell the story and a couple of bonus levels to grind out one's stats, because it was a third-person shooter and it had a whole upgrade system. In defense of my output, COVID had just started and my job allowed me to take 2 weeks off if I wasn't feeling safe. And so I took them just for the vacation of it, because I hadn't really had weeks off since I had started working at 18.
Okay, we can't go any further.
Strong pre-COVID mental health and physical health, those 2 weeks were incredibly productive.
Apparently they can't climb hills, that's good to know. Technically, it looks like I'm not supposed to be able to climb hills either. I hear more. Health's down there. Thought I heard pause. Okay. Can I hit that?
So the coyotes were meant to be
Hell
the
yeah.
basic fodder, but due to time,
There's probably
and
more around the
scope,
corner
they
here.
ended up being the only enemy I got done. While I did receive praise from commenters for not reusing the deer models from the first one, I totally intended to. Just the scripting I did for the coyotes AI was a bit specific to their rig, and I struggled at the time to copy that over to the deer monsters. One fun tidbit I learned after making this game
Ammo
is that
there.
it's really hard to genocide coyotes because they essentially like do a census and scream into the night to know how many pups to push out in a litter. I don't think that breaks the story for Barbara not to know that, just because she's so mad she just wants to kill. It doesn't really matter if it's effective or not.
You should probably note I am using a gamepad, so, alright. Oh, there's more there. They're not coming for me yet. Pushing my luck there. If I grab one health. I heard that. Oh shit! Where'd they even come from? Alright, let me head back towards the start. There might be more health back there. Alright, there's one right there. There does seem a bit of an aim assist on controller, so thank you for that. Almost halfway there. Shit. Thought I saw that guy coming around the corner. Shit. Definitely need health now.
So the coyotes were meant to be the
Okay.
fodder.
The same one.
Due to time and scope, they ended up being the only enemy I got done. While I did receive praise from commenters for not reusing the deer models from the first one, I totally intended to. Just the scripting I did for the coyotes AI was a bit specific to their rig, and I struggled at the time to copy that over to the deer monsters. One fun tip
Thought there was a third one.
after making this game is that it's really hard to genocide coyotes because they essentially like do a census and scream into the night to know how many pups to push out in a litter. I don't think that breaks the story for Barbara not to know that, just because she's so mad she just wants to kill. It doesn't really matter if it's effective or not.
Gotta find a health drop though. A new one?
Become Prey 2 was originally
Yes.
made
Okay.
for
Okay, we're back to the start. This is the health I wanted.
2020, which ran for about 6 weeks. One thing that was really fun.
Looks like it heals you all the way too, so that's good.
Played the first game got when the second one came out because Become
What's
Prey
that?
2 came out only 4 weeks after the first one. where the first one is a walking sim that turns into a simple horror chase, one map, go to point A, then go back to spawn. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. The second one had 4 levels to tell the story.
But no, you shoot those from a distance.
Bonus levels to grind out one's stats. Because it was a third-person shooter and it had a whole upgrade system. In defense of my output, COVID had just started and my job allowed me to take 2 weeks off if I wasn't feeling safe. And so I took them just for the vacation of it because I hadn't really had weeks off since I had started working at 18. So having strong pre-COVID mental health and physical health, those 2 weeks were incredibly productive.
Cutting it a little close, but alright, 20 to go. That should be enough to thin the pack. I can return home now if I'd like. No. Incoming. Having them blend in with the ground is a good idea too. Alright. So 10 shots per mag. Got it. All right. Uh-oh. Got it close, but I know there was one under the arch there. There's health over there, though. Making sure nothing. Oh, I knew one was on me. Got him. Okay, oh. Don't be a hero. Don't wiggle too much either. The headshots definitely help, but that's not health. That's green gem, but I see you. I end you. Alright, so I'll to go for a full sweep. Stuck on the tree. Work it. Oh shit. Okay. Made it work. Sloppily, but we made it work. I think there's still at least one more in there. Shit. Alright, 6 to go. This one's mean as hell. Okay. Health drop. Oh, you can shoot the health drops. Okay, it's kind of like a Time Crisis or something. House of the Dead. Okay. All right. There was at least one ammo pickup laying around, I thought. One more mag. 4 more to kill. Yeah, we're gonna have to find ammo somewhere. I feel like it would have to drop some, right? Shit. Got it, okay. Yeah, the cave seemed like a great place to get surrounded if you're not careful. Go search for ammo. Think we can do this. Alternatively, I can see if I can line up a shot on the refill. Yes, perfect. They give you a lot of ammo on the refills. Good. Oh. Find the last one. That looks like a corpse. Could be wrong. Okay, there's the green gem I remember we saw. Okay. Aha! That's everything. And that's all she wrote. There's an achievement for a certain amount of gems. I don't know if that's one run or cumulative over several, but yeah. Whoop. So did we do this one?
So the coyotes were meant to
Yes,
be the
okay.
basic
I'm
fodder.
sorry you had to hear the coyote thing like 3
Time
times.
and scope, they ended up being the only enemy I got done. While I did receive praise from commenters for not reusing the deer models from the first one, I totally intended to. Just the scripting I did for the coyotes AI was a bit specific to their rig, and I struggled at the time to copy that over to the deer monsters. One fun tidbit I
Yeah. I already heard that a few times. Next. After a long day of trekking through the woods, I returned home to relax. Late into the night, my dog, Jebediah, begged to be let up. He seemed to have more energy than ever before in the 15 years I had him. As soon as the door opened, he took off into the night. It wasn't like him to do that. I screamed for him to stay in the yard, but it was clear he wasn't going to listen. Grabbed my rifle and went after him. Following his tracks was led to a path littered with giant coyotes. Uh-oh. Sneaking around them would be my best option. Okay, on gamepad. Sneak. Okay.
Something I wanted to have for this was differences in kind. So the first level is an extermination level where you have to kill so many to continue. Follow that up with a stealth level where you're likely too underpowered on your first run to do combat. Then it's a survival.
How am I supposed to get that? That commentary bit. Maybe I could sneak up to it and hit A or something.
Something I wanted to have for this was differences in kind. So the first level is an extermination level where you have to kill so many to continue. Follow that up with a stealth level where...
Okay, we lose 1,000 every death. Maybe I can sneak somewhere else so I can get a better shot.
Something I wanted to have for this was differences in kind. So the first level is an extermination level where you have to kill so many to continue. Follow that up with a stealth level where you're likely too underpowered on your first run to do combat. Then it's a survival arena where you have to survive for X amount of seconds. And finally, a boss fight. For this remaster project, I even added a wave-based survival. So instead of just
I don't think we're hearing the full end of it. That's most, but you get the gist. So I guess there's upgrades between runs or something. That's kind of cool. Hopefully that still counts towards having listened to it. In case I forget in the future. Okay, they're not moving now. So grab the cash. I think the idea is follow the money. Yeah. I don't want to run till we're fairly clear. Oh. Oh. Too open for me not to worry about it. Hello, boys. There we go. Okay, and I see the next few pickups along the way there. Great for building tension, I'll say that much. Swing outside, since we know there won't be coyotes there. From what we can see. Aha! Fucking called it. Yeah, I think we're just going to slow and steady this one. There's either 100,000 or 1,000,000 gems. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't realize we could upgrade along the way. Just so jab, I ran to him. He was rigid still, yet it seemed okay. I grabbed at him, trying to lead him back home, but he refused. I was so focused on finding him that I missed the carcass he was fixated on. It deeply unsettled me. The way its stomach had been torn open, the way its innards stayed inside the cavity. It stirred a memory from deep within. Oh, the deer. Frozen in place for a short eternity, when the snow behind us crunched. Uh-oh. Alright, maybe I should have upgraded a little more. Oh, we can just upgrade here. Okay. So as I can go with it. Okay. Fuck. Alright, we'll come back to this next week. Now that we know how it works. It's just running late. I kind of want to see if we got any other achievements too. 2 of 15. Complete level 1. Still 4 more commentaries, so just level 1 and level 2. Cool. So yeah, next week we'll check out the Mad Vet and HPS 1 derivative ones. Well, not derivative, they were part of the wraparounds. And yeah, then we will yeah, Make Beautiful is the only one I'm completely unfamiliar with. I don't know if it was new for this or what. And I will check out that Haunted Hunting Jam as well. Plus there was the one mentioned in Bonefire Effigy we got to queue up, so cool. All right.